The Montreal Canadiens have officially clinched the last playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, and the playoffs are set. We're ready for the playoffs as the regular season has come to a close. We'll get to all the updates from our past couple of days and what the standings look like as the end of the regular season coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the End-to-End Hockey channel. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do this without all of you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below. It really is helpful to the channel. So in today's video, we've got our last game recap video for the regular season. After that, starting Monday, we're going to be doing playoff recaps, which will be very exciting. But this will be the last regular season game recap video of the 2024-2025 season. We saw 6 games happen over on Wednesday, and the last 7 games of the regular season happened on Thursday, so we get to all the game recaps from our past couple of days. So first, we saw the Winnipeg Jets blow a third period lead, but recovered and beat the Anaheim Ducks 2-1 in overtime, as they have won 4-5 and finished the year with a 56-22-4 record, while the Ducks have lost 4 straight and finished the year with a 35-37-10 record, so interesting note there. For the Jets, Pionk and Schaefer led the OT winner were 2 goal scorers, and Hellebuyck stopped 30-31 shots he faced in the win for the Jets, while Terry was one goal scorer for the Ducks in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Jets come away with the overtime victory. Then we saw the Montreal Canadiens take a 2-goal lead in the second period thanks to this goal here from Kane Goulet and Ottawa Sports, and at the time it would make it 3-1 Habs. It would be the eventual game winner as Montreal would hold on to beat Carolina 4-2 as they have ended their 3-game losing streak, now with a 3-game point streak, clinched the last playoff spot because they only need 1 point to edge out Columbus, and they got 2, so that's really good stuff there. And they finally take the wildcard 2 spots and finished the year with a 40-31-11 record, while the Hurricanes have lost 6-7 and fall 47-29-5 on the year. So it's bad stuff there for Carolina. For the Canadiens, Goulet scored twice, Suzuki had a goal and an assist, Evans also scored for the Habs in the win, while Hall and Jost were 2 goal scorers for the Canes in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Canadiens who came away with the victory. Then we saw the Detroit Red Wings go to a 3-goal lead and pulled away to beat the New Jersey Devils 5-2, as they have won 3 straight and improved to 39-35-7, while the Devils have lost 4-5 and finished the year with a 42-33-7 record. A bad end to the season there for the Devils, and as I said, limping into the playoffs. For the Red Wings, Larkin and Berggren both had a goal and an assist, Saturn, Evanson, and Raymond all had 2 assists, and Confer, DeBrincat, and Casper also scored for the Wings in the win, while Hall had a goal and an assist. Mercer also scored for the Devils in the loss. So a bad loss there from New Jersey as they finished the season with a loss to Detroit. Then we saw the Nashville Predators score 5 unanswered goals and beat the Dallas Stars 5-1 as they finished the year with a 30-44-8 record, while the Stars lose 7 straight to end the year and finish it with a 50-26-6 record, limping into the playoffs as well there for Dallas. For the Predators, O'Reilly had 3.8, goal, 2 assists. Marshall and Osterley both had goal and an assist. Forsberg had 2 assists, and Baron and Verana both also scored, with Sauer stopping 29-30 shots he faced in the win for Nashville, while Marchand was the lone goal scorer for his Stars in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but Nashville takes the victory. Then we saw the Vegas Golden Knights break a tie in the third period and pulled away to beat the Vancouver Canucks 4-1, as they have a 7-game point streak and finish the year with a 50-22-10 record, while the Canucks have their 4-game point streak end and finish the year with a 38-30-14 record. So a bad loss there to end the season for Vancouver. For the Knights, Olsen had a goal and an assist. Theodore and Hutton both had 2 assists. Eichel, Dorofiev, and Schwinn, who scored his first career NHL goal, also scored. And Schmid stopped 16-17 shots he faced in the win for the Knights, while Suter was one goal scorer for the Canucks in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Golden Knights who came away with the victory. And then the final game over on Wednesday, we saw the Edmonton Oilers open the scoring thanks to this goal here from Ty Emberson against his former team, Ronaldo Sportsnet. Emberson would make it 1-0. It was all they needed. The Oilers would shut out San Jose 3-0 as they have won 4-5 and finish the year with a 48-29-5 record, while the Sharks lose 11 straight to finish off the season and have a 20-50-12 record. So a bad loss there from San Jose to end the season. For the Oilers, Emberson had a goal and an assist. Jones and Perry both also scored, and Skinner stopped all 19 shots he faced in the shutout and victory for the Oilers. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Oilers to come with a victory. Those are the 6 we saw over on Wednesday, going over to the 7 we saw over on Thursday. First, we saw all the Senators give up 5 unanswered goals, but then scored 4 straight in what was an extreme back and forth game, we saw the Ottawa Senators take down the Carolina Hurricanes 7-5, as the Senators have a 4-game point streak of won 6 of 8 and finished the year with a 45-30-7 record, while the Hurricanes have lost 3 straight, 7 of 8, and finished the year with a 47-30-5 record. For the Senators, Batherson, who had 2 goals and 8 assists, Stützle had a goal and 2 assists, and Kozins, who had a goal and 2 assists, all had 3-point nights. Gaudette scored twice, Sanderson had 2 assists, and Pinto also scored for Senators in the win, while Svechnikov had a goal and 8 assists, Hall had 2 assists, and Jost Brindamore, his first career NHL goal. Kotkaniemi and Rozovlik also scored for the Hurricanes in the loss. It was an intriguing high-scoring affair, but it was the Ottawa Senators to come away with the victory. Then we saw the Toronto Maple Leafs overcome a 2-goal deficit, scored 3 straight, including this goal here in overtime from Scott Lawton and Sportsnet, but Lawton was able to get the OT winner, and they took down the Detroit Red Wings 4-3 in overtime. As the Leafs have won 5 straight, 9 of 10, they finished the year with a 52-26-4 record, while the Red Wings have a 4-game point streak and finished the year with a 39-35-8 record, so it's a bad loss there for Detroit. For the Leafs, Marner and Nyes both had 2 assists, and Lawton, who had the OT winner. Myers, Tanev, and Matthews were 4 goal scorers for the Leafs in the win, while Hull had a goal and an assist, and Watson and DeBrincat both also scored for Red Wings in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Leafs come away on top. Then we saw the Buffalo Sabres jump out to a 3-goal lead and held on to beat the Philadelphia Flyers 5-4, as they've ended their 4-game losing streak and finished the year on a high note with a 36-39-7 record, while the Flyers have lost 3 straight to end the year and finished the year with a 33-39-10 record, dead last in the East. So bad loss there that finishes a horrible season there for Philadelphia. For the Sabres, McLeod had 3-point night, goal, 2 assists. Peterka, Tuck, and Quinn all had goal and an assist, and Krebs also scored for the Sabres in the win. While Michkov had 3-point night with 2 goals and an assist, Forrester and Brink with that goal and an assist, and Couturier added 2 assists for the Flyers in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Sabres going with the victory. Then in what was now a meaningless game, we saw Columbus Blue Jackets open up a big lead and destroy New York Islanders 6-1, including this goal here from Sean Corrali and all Sports, and I think at the time we'll make it 4-0 Columbus, and they would destroy NYI 6-1, as the Jackets finished off the season winning 6 straight and finished the year with a 40-33-9 record, while the Islanders have lost 5 of 6, and they finished the year with a 35-35-12 record, so back down to 500 for the Islanders. For the Jackets, Werenski and Sillinger both had goal and 8 assists. Crowley, Voronkov, Fabro, and Fantilli also scored, and Greedy stopped 36 of 37 shots he faced in the win for the Jackets, while Fasching was the lone goal scorer for the Islanders in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Jackets come away with the victory. Then we saw Pittsburgh Penguins score 3 unanswered goals and held on to beat the Washington Capitals 5-2, as they went 3 of 4 and finished the year with a high note, finishing with a record of 34-36-12, while the Capitals have lost 3 of 4 and finished the year with a 51-22-9 record, so a bad loss there from Washington. For the Penguins, Rush scored twice, Tomasino and Crosby both had goal and 8 assists, Grzelcyk and Koivunen both had 2 assists, and Heinen also scored for Penguins in the win, while McMichael and Ovechkin, who finished the year 3 goals away from 900, were 2 goal scorers for the Capitals in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Capitals who fall at the hands of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then we saw New York Rangers open the scoring and shut out Tampa 4-0, as the Rangers have won 3 of 4 and finished the year with a 39-36-7 record, while the Bolts have a 6-game point streak end, and they finished the year with a 47-27-8 record, so a bad loss there from Tampa. For the Rangers, Benjad had a 3-point night, 2 goals and 8 assists. Kreider had a goal and 8 assists. Trocheck also scored, and Shesterkin stopped all 27 shots he faced in the shutout and victory for the Rangers, so a really impressive win there for New York. And the last regular season game, we saw the Calgary Flames open up a big lead, including this goal here from youngster Zane Parekh, who was making his NHL debut in all Sports. But Parekh was able to make it at the time 4-0, and the Flames would destroy the LA Kings 5-1. They have a 4-game win and 6-game point streak and finished the year with a 41-27-14 record, while the Kings have their 4-game win streak end and finished the year with a 48-25-9 record. So interesting note there. For the Flames, Kadri scored twice, Backlund had a goal and 8 assists, Hunt had 2 assists, and Morton his first career NHL goal, and Parekh his first career NHL goal. Both also scored, with Vladar stopping 30 of 31 shots he faced in the win for the Flames, while Ward, his first career NHL goal, was a lone goal scorer for the Kings in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but even though the Flames do not make the playoffs, they finish it a season out on a high note. So definitely, those are all the game recaps from our past couple of days. The regular season has ended. Let's go over and check out how the standings look like at the end of the regular season. So at the end of the regular season, the top 3 teams in the Atlantic are the Maple Leafs, the Bolts, and the Panthers. The Leafs finished with the Atlantic Division crown, having 108 points. They were followed by Tampa, who had 102 points, and Florida, who had 98 points. The winner of the Metro Division and the Eastern Eastern Conference with the Washington Capitals as they finished with 111 points. They were followed by 99-point Carolina and 91-point New Jersey. The two wildcard teams were Ottawa and Montreal. The Senators finished in the first wildcard spot with 97 points, and the Habs were in the second wildcard spot with 91 points. And after that, the Jackets finished 2 points out at the end of the season with 89 points. The Wings were 5 points out with 86 points. The Rangers were 6 points out with 85 points. The Islanders were 9 points out with 82 points. The Penguins were 11 points out with 80 points. The Sabres were 12 points out with 79 points. And then the Bruins and Flyers were both finishing 15 points out of a playoff spot. Bruins do finish out the Flyers in the standings because of tiebreakers, so that's the standings in the East. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, the Winnipeg Jets won the West and the President's Trophy with 116 points, as well as the Central. They were followed by 106-point Dallas and 102-point Colorado. Those were top 3 teams in the Central. The Knights won the Pacific Division again, finishing with 110 points. They were the first team in the Pacific. They were followed by 105-point LA and 101-point Edmonton. 97-point Minnesota, who was in the first wildcard spot, and 96-point St. Louis was in the second wildcard spot, were the two wildcard teams. Following down, we have the Calgary Flames, who actually tied the St. Louis Blues for the last playoff spot in the Western Conference, but because of tiebreakers, the Blues do get it, so that's why the Flames are the first team eliminated. The Canucks finished 6 points out with 90 points. The Utah Hockey Club finished 7 points out with 89 points. Anaheim finished 16 points out with 80 points. Seattle finished 20 points out with 76 points. Nashville finished 28 points out with 68 points. Chicago finished 35 points out with 61 points. And the Sharks finished 44 points out of a playoff spot with 52 points. Definitely lots of intriguing stuff there from over the past little while, but those are the end of the season standings. And we now have playoff matchups of Wild Knights, Kings Oilers, Stars Avalanche, Jets Blues, Habs Capitals, Sens and Maple Leafs, Panthers and Bolts, and Devils and Hurricanes. So definitely, it's going to be a really interesting next couple of weeks, next month or two. But those are the finishing standings as of the regular season endings. Definitely, that's all I'm going to talk for today. I'll let you guys thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. Any of the last 2 games surprise you, and are you surprised by how the standings finished? Definitely, let you guys thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. That's all I'm going to talk for today. Remember to like this video, and if you're not to subscribe below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never do this without you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below, and don't forget to comment down in the comment section below, listing all the links in today's video. Also, a blog to about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. It'll link that down in the description below, and can't wait to see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.